We've made it to day 6, and we are full-fledged into the second week of our Bible reading program. And if you have not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting on, but there's a link in the description box below that will allow you to go directly to YouVersion to sign up and read with several different readers across the entire country who's committed to reading the entire Bible through by the end of the year. And for some of these individuals who are part of this reading club, this is their first time reading the Bible. So if this is your first time, don't be intimidated. We have just the right plan, just the right group of people to encourage you and help you each and every day as we read through portions of the Bible and then leave feedback on the day that we're reading on within the YouVersion Bible app. So please take a moment to join and be a part of the journey. I believe you'll be blessed, and I know we'll be blessed by your presence in the group. So today we read Job chapter 10 through chapter 13. And this is a very interesting dialogue that is going to be continuing for a number of chapters. And it seems as if every day, particularly at the beginning of the conversation, we're met with a new character. And this week we're met with a new character by the name of Zophar. And he is one of the friends of Job who's watching and witnessing the turmoil that he's experiencing in his life. And like some of the other friends, he feels that Job has done something wrong, something to deserve what is happening in his life. In fact, when you look at Job chapter 11, verse 6 and verse 14, this is what Zophar states. He says, "If only he would tell you the secrets of wisdom, for true wisdom is not a simple matter. Listen, God is doubtless punishing you far less than you deserve." He says in verse 14, "Get rid of your sins and leave all iniquity behind you. Then your face will brighten with innocence. You will be strong and free of fear." Now, Job is, on the contrary, arguing that he has done nothing wrong at all. In fact, in chapter 10, verse 2, he states, "I will say to God, don't simply condemn me. Tell me the charge you are bringing against me." And in chapter 13, verse 20 through verse 23, he states, "O God, grant me these two things, and then I will be able to face you. Remove your heavy hand from me, and don't terrify me with your awesome presence." He says, "Now summon me, and I will answer, or let me speak to you, and you reply. Tell me, what have I done wrong? Show me my rebellion and my sin." And I'm going to tell you, as I'm reading through this passage, reading through these verses and hearing the heartbreak of Job, mainly because he's experiencing a struggle that he does not understand. And if you've never been there, perhaps you will escape this tragedy. But every now and then, God is not allowing something bad to happen to us because we've done something wrong. In fact, I'm reminded of the words of Jesus. This has happened to him so that God can be glorified. And one of the worst things, this is what I took away from today's reading. One of the worst things to have in your life while you're going through this sort of circumstance is individuals who don't understand you and don't understand what God is doing in your life. I think one of the worst things about the struggle of Job is not necessarily what happened to him. In fact, whenever we read the first chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2, where Job lost everything, his children and all of his wealth, the text seems to say here that he fell down in worship and he understood something. I came into this world with nothing. I'm going to leave this world with nothing. In chapter 2, whenever he lost his health and he was encouraged by his wife to curse God and die, he didn't seem to lose it there. In fact, he reprimanded her, if you will. I won't say that because that may be insulting, but he kind of softly rebuked her and stated, look, should we accept the good and not the bad things from God? So losing his wealth, losing his children, losing his health didn't seem to bother him as much as losing his reputation. And it's having these group of people around him who's attacking his reputation, attacking his integrity, is where he seems to fall apart and not be able to hold it together. So when we look at this text, what I pull away from this week's reading, or at least today's reading, is the importance of good friends, good community, and those who understand the importance of lamenting with you when you're going through a struggle. When you have a bad circumstance in your life and you have difficulties that you don't understand, perhaps the greatest gift that God could send your way are family members and friends that can understand what's going on and understand how to assist you in those matters. And I see that's what's happening here in the book of Job, where he's breaking down. He's not able to handle the attack against his reputation. And we're going to see over and over again these attacks from these so-called friends who Job really is relying on to not only get through this difficult time, but make sense of it all. And so as we get through it, I want to say this. I'm so thankful that we are in this community where we can bounce ideas off of each other. We can read and collaborate and figure out how to make sense of what we're reading and then apply it to our lives, because in those difficult moments, you're going to need that sort of support. So listen, let's continue to read. Let's be supportive of one another. Let's continue to encourage one another and understand that just when it seems as if God has nothing to say about what we're going through, he's doing something behind the scenes that will explain it all in due time. So brothers and sisters, hold on, be encouraged, continue to read, and as we always say, live by the word. Until next time, take care. God bless.